Hello everybody, welcome back to Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 23, Insecurity Sounds the Same. In this episode we're going to talk about entrepreneurship, or more specifically, I'm going to make the unpopular opinion, and I'm going to make the argument that entrepreneurship in the United States of America does not exist. Probably the best way to kick this episode off is just to read you an email this morning I got from my alcohol partners. And I'm going to tell you how I got to this point in my life. Brad, would appreciate your response to this. No need to be upset, just let me know your input as an inventor. Again, guys, remember, I'm only an inventor at this point in my life. I haven't put the fundamental basis of mathematics and logic on the board. That has not existed in this lecture series. But that's my partner, and this is, I don't know, I just have some contact information blacked out, just a screenshot of an email from some company or distillery or someone in the alcohol space interested or in a conversation with my partner. Some feedback we received from a few of our partners. This isn't from lawyers, it's from scientists that we work with who do this type of work for a company that we are investors in. Your thoughts. My initial read on it is this, in response to my patent. They cite a specific composition and a method for manufacturing. That being said, they may hold two aspects. May hold, yes. Issued United States property is may. A patent on composition of matter for 99.92% ethanol and 0.00% CBD. Further specified in the conclusion as 99.92% vodka. A process patent number 2, a process patent related to manufacturing of that composition. And then subcategory 1, they specify in claim 3 that the vodka designed for human consumption and that the vodka is 100 proof or greater. This is curious because most vodkas are 80 proof. They have a particular method for emulsifying the CBD into the ethanol. There are many ways to achieve an emulsification, and it stands to reason that there are alternate ways to achieve the same or better end results. No, there's just, again, we're going to talk in the speciality. You exaggerate language, you present uncertainty, and then you say, well, we can't do anything, and it stagnates. I haven't been able to, at the same time that you can derive all of the science, this is me, like, again, just trying to be an entrepreneur, genuinely going into the world and trying to start a business. So I just want to start, like, so that was this morning. We'll talk more about that, but what was my motivation to start a business at OSU and their technology unit? So literally, I told you that in this lecture series that the Eric Broughton story, my old quantum mechanics teacher. But literally like a week after that, you sit there and realize, like I said, I can sit there and see Eric Broughton, realize that the spin of the electron takes some time, realize he's wrong, stare off into space, and then bam, I realize you can do mathematics and physics at the physics department at an accredited university, and they can just say, no, don't, I don't like that scientific fact, nah. And I said, holy shit, this is crapped out, I can't do this. Not like I can't tolerate it, like you literally can't do anything. You stagnate. So then you go, okay, well, I'll start a business. You know, it's again smoking weed. I still smoke weed all the time. I'm getting weed as a medicine. The public conversation on that is hilariously backwards. Or at the time it certainly was. But, so it was like, CBD, strongest antioxidant on the planet, alcohol, metabolizing stuff causes inefficiency, oxidative stress. Antioxidant plus oxidative stress equals less oxidative stress. It's a big logical jump. It took me literally about 5 minutes to think of because it was plain as shit. So I set up a meeting with the technology unit at OSU and take 3 or 4 of my old friends that we've talked about in this lecture series down there. And the only thing is, again, a middle-aged girl, woman. No, I'm not even angry. I'm not going to try to state the facts, but you could just tell she was like, "Who are these drunk college kids bringing this alcohol, this party drug?" again, I presented a biological solution. This, if you have less hangover, it's actually doing some biological pathway of mitigating the oxidative stress, factually, scientifically. That's how many people have alcoholism? That's something that, the James Cancer Center of Ohio State might care about, and again, 5 minutes of thinking, go into the technology unit. Again, a 31 to 40-year-old chick, and again, speciality spreads hatred directly through language. When you're insulated by a big university, again, you can just tell she was like, what's this weird drunk kid bringing, the only feedback she gave me was it's illegal to have an open container on campus. Well, again, sorry I didn't have a $750,000 approved processing facility to get the proper approvals. Again, sorry I had to be innovative and try to do something, right? Watch Shark Tank every week, watch Shark Tank since a kid, go be innovative, and you take it to an actual, again, accredited university after they fuck up your entire life for your mathematical research, which is worth a genuine fortune, which is genuinely what I wanted to do. But then I said, okay, here's the game, I'll play, and I came up with a genuinely innovative idea. Again, no patent language anywhere. Well, we'll get to that. That was my motivation to start the business, was truly the failure of the academics from the mathematics and physics side. But then I go over to the business people, the Fisher College of Business, and the technology unit at OSU, and again, profound incompetence, hilarious arrogance, and the net result is I have to do, and then I read the Farm Bill of 2014, right? 2018, another Farm Bill is passed, but I want to stand as a legal point. As written, the 2014 bill legalized CBD as a derivative of hemp, from hemp-derived cannabis sativa plants, and then I go out into Colorado. Out in Colorado, I used the old Attorney General Tom Downey was a lawyer I used, and we filed these 2 petitions. I've talked about them, and now that I know about alcohol approvals, you don't really need to file those things, so a lawyer just kind of said, yeah, we'll file something, and it didn't give me a definitive answer if I could start a business or not. It just said, we asked the state of Colorado, is there any state laws against putting CBD from hemp-derived cannabis sativa plants into alcohol? They came back and said no, but to sell any distilled spirit, you have to have approval from the TTB and the TTB, which the TTB will approve something that is not approved by the FDA. So again, genuinely homeless, genuinely driving around the fucking country trying to start a business because I can't go to school and I can't start a business. I really can't understate, I literally can't go to school. I have never been allowed to learn. I can physically go into a building, but the teachers, they won't let me educate myself, they won't let me publish research, they won't let me start business for real, legitimately. They're not sitting there saying that consciously, but that is the true net result for me. So now in Colorado and get these approvals, and then since then basically I've been waiting on the FDA and the TTB. Fast forward to today, there's a bill for specifically to legalize CBD-derived hemp products as a dietary supplement, and there's expressed concern from the Senate to legalize cannabis. Let me start over. So that's kind of just like the regulatory progression and how it affected me. Now I want to talk about just the patenting process. I've made a direct video about patents. I made a direct update video about my patent. I want to show you the level of competence that we're dealing with from the USPTO and the patent attorneys. So my issued patent is CBD enriched alcohol US 9539295. Just go read the patent. Again, this is for actually go read it. This section is only going to be enlightening if you read this stuff. And then go read another issued patent. This patent was issued about 2 or 3 months after mine was issued. US Patent 100-85965, cannabinoid alcoholic drink. And basically, once you read these 2 patents, the difference is, imagine if I had, a cup of water, this is a candle, but it's just a cup of this volume. and there was water inside, and somehow I had a patent on water. And then I took this cup, poured that water into a slightly smaller cup. And then I said, well, that water is now in a different volume container, therefore I have a new patentable product. And then you actually get an issued patent. That is effectively what this patent is. And now, every once and again the USPTO might mess up, two things get reviewed at similar times, but nope, this patent and my patent had the same patent examiner. And he cited my patent on the issuance of this one. And again, truly go read the patents. You lower the volume of one and somehow you have a new patentable product. I mean, this is scientific incompetence at a professional level to the point where you cannot reliably get patents. You cannot enforce patent law. You cannot expect your business partners to understand anything. You cannot expect corporate attorneys to advise properly, legally, ethically, anything. And so it's a total crapshoot, man. To do the same thing over and over again is the definition of insanity. Insecurity sounds exactly the same. An insecure 30 to 60-year-old always sounds like, that would never happen. Let me tell you about my day. Let me tell you about how tough it was for me. And then I'm literally homeless because I can't do physics. And then this is the professional thing from the patent office. Again, you can't now, except from as is, I'm suing the USPTO to restore my original diction because I've covered that in a different video. But now, right, you go and then other companies see this. And it's like true, again, diffusion of responsibility. Without Brad Boas' publication of my science and saying, this guy's actually legitimate, this is what happens. And then other companies say, well, clearly he's exaggerating something or he doesn't know. I mean, we'll get to my conversations with the partners. But that was, again, just the most astounding thing ever, just to see the USPTO have incompetence at a professional level of like a third grader, like a scientific understanding of like a third grader. And on a personal level, it's 100% an example of speciality professionally. To the point where, again, this is billions of dollars of losses for me. This is 5 years of making literally $7,000 a year as opposed to being able to close a licensing deal. For real as fuck. Let me start over again. So now talking about my relationship with my partners, right? When I was in Colorado, I was literally squatting at the gym. At the time I was squatting, I don't know, mid-500s. And so some ex-football player comes up to me and is like, damn bro, you can lift. Just talking to him a little bit, and turns out he was like an ex-football player, and Marty is a NFL agent, but just like an entrepreneurial type of guy. So I get in contact like this guy. At the time, it just struck me as just like a business broker. Didn't have a patent, didn't have any issuance, but he knew the product worked, blah, blah, blah. Worked with him for a couple years, get the patent issued, close the deal with another partner, Bob, who I've only emailed, talked to once or twice, in October of, I don't know, 2020. Yeah, October 2020, I think. I don't know, 14 months ago. But without the publication of my research, again, like that brings me to this email today. So Marty, I have not worked with him since I've literally been neglected, again, scapegoated by the community to the point where I have to go homeless, move 1,300 miles away. Oh, he's calling me right now. Let's see how this goes. Yo.
Hey, Brad.
What's up?
Not too much. I got 2 or 3 big things going on that they don't like to hear, but we're working our ass off on this side. And just with, my input is sometimes I would just like to have conversations with you about, instead of you just getting mad and saying everybody's incompetent, just brainstorm on how we get around this, because the big companies that we're talking to have interest, and then as soon as they bring it to their scientists and stuff, they get a little lukewarm.
Again, I'm not mad, not angry. It is incompetence. It's not worth my time anymore. Like.
What do you mean not worth your time? We haven't spent any time with other damn Bob and his team.
No. No, I'm saying for the company, we don't need to worry about these people. It's not going to affect our business.
Well, that's fine. But I got 3 or 4 things that are going on, and when a guy's ready to, tell me that Anheuser-Busch or something like that, and I get there, I'm through 4 or 5 meetings, and then I get to the last meeting, and they just ask them questions, so I bring it back to you to give them some solidified answers, if they're incompetent or not. It's just, how do I call the guy back and just say, oh, okay, your people are incompetent, we'll move it on, when you're talking to a fucking guy that can put us on fucking Planet Zulu with one stroke of pen?
What's Planet Zulu to you financially? You think how much Anheuser-Busch, what is their market capitalization?
They're the king of beers.
Yes, so they're probably, at the very best, they're probably $50 billion of market capitalization. That is not going to affect our business in any way. If these people want to put a reasonable deal, I don't want to go into a business deal with people that are incompetent. Like you can call me.
Everyone that I talk to, if you talk to them, you would have slammed the phone on their ear because you'll think everybody's incompetent.
Because they are. Marty, listen to me. I'm not going to have a 20-minute conversation with you again. Listen to me. This is my property. If you want, I don't need Marty Magid to be happy. I need the business to work, and the business is going to work, buddy. Okay? So you need to be patient, and you need to listen. I don't care if this... I can't talk about other business things I have going on, but a $50 billion company is not going to muscle us in any way, period, end of story, have a nice day. So if that can't get through to your head, then I don't want a phone call anymore. Because I don't want to go into business with people that are incompetent. I don't need anything from you and Bob. I know you think that a couple phone calls matters, but it doesn't. And if you can't put a licensing deal on my desk, or if you don't want to treat me like a respectable professional, then again, you're still going to make $1 billion off of me, man. So you should have a wonderful day anyway. And then learn to be a little respectful.
I do have respect, but the thing is that every time we talk, it's the same thing. We get down.
Do you have anything of business value to provide to this conversation?
Yeah, I got fucking monster fucking deals on the table, and I need to get back to people with answers, and I'll figure it out. Because when I talk to you, you just say they're incompetent. That's not how I can.
Yeah. Do you understand? There's a math subject on the fucking internet, and every single university on this planet is talking about it publicly. Do you aware that $50 billion is zero fucking money, and you're an arrogant fucking dick, and I want you to get something done? And you have not gotten one monster business deal in your fucking life?
Okay. So now you're belittling me.
Because you haven't done shit. And you want to be disrespectful, and I wrote your kids' fucking textbooks. Learn to be respectful of me. My fucking grandfather has fucking died while not taking my health advice, while my life has been fraudulently restricted. So Bob, my partner, he was a personal attorney. When he tells me he's in France at his second house and my family members are fucking dying and he makes his money off of enforcing the constitutional law, I kind of lose respect for you guys. And again, I know your generation hasn't learned shit, man, but do not call me again and figure it out. Enjoy a free $1 billion. Have a nice day. Literally in real time. Dude insults me. I was literally talking about, let's make sure my camera's still on. Literally caught that in real time, fantastic. Dude is trying to make money off of my property, which I'm happy to help him make money. And again, just not a single one of these $50 billion is not relevant. I can't turn on CNBC with all these people talking about stuff that I've analogies I've used. Once you've integrated an analogy into public ontology, it gets transferred. But you see, we do get, again, I don't care about a $50 billion deal. What matters more, values or money? When my partner calls me mad and angry, and again, he met me when I was literally going homeless because no one will respect my fucking life. And so he always has to call me upset, just like Bill Kosiski. He always has to call me upset. He always has to call me angry. And again, people are going to make $1 billion off of my property. Entrepreneurship does not exist, and trying to start a business is the most degrading experience ever. Literally, dude, literally nothing about that was a joke. That just happened. I'm going to start over to make sure I have enough time. And so, for real, it's gotten to the point where, again, there is a full-blown mathematical subject with a slew of empirical proofs on the internet. And again, it gets me a little fired up, but it's just true incompetence. It's true speciality. He says, do you want me to call them incompetent? Yes. I mean, it's not. Well, let me get to, I was getting to reading the email, but the questions just about, like, the specific proof of vodka, the word vodka, to distilled ethyl alcohol, to 40 proof, 50 proof, 100 proof. When you enforce an IP product, right? We've referenced Reading Law by Antonin Scalia and Brian Gardner in this lecture series. You have to take the whole IP, the whole document holistically. And so all of these questions, they demonstrate true legal incompetence, true legal unethical or just incorrect advice. Which again, like I said, it's just not this. I've had that conversation with my partner Marty 40 or 50 times. It's this. Insecurity sounds the same. They'll find one little thing about the patent, which is again will be restored through the USPTO, and then they say, well, this is why it might not work. But again, I am a legal scholar that has not been validated as a lawyer fact. And so when I read what is actually known about legal discourse, what do people do in law school? What are people reading? What are you guys educating yourselves with? I don't know. And then the other point on the email was they have a particular method for emulsifying the CBD into the ethanol. There are many ways to achieve an emulsification, and it stands to reason there are alternative ways to achieve the same or better end results. First of all, the end result is what is patented. The method for manufacture is just boosting the verbiage of the patent. But there aren't many ways to emulsify ethyl alcohol and CBD. It's the polarity of the molecules and temperature, period. But what you do see is them using one too many. Literally, it's the third word of the sentence. There are many, one too many ways. So I'm getting emails in fundamental ontology that have inserted actual speciality to say here's why we don't have to respect your property. What matters more in America, values or money? Go watch Shark Tank. If you genuinely need to have a good company or something that works, and you need to show initiative. If you have enough, if the entrepreneur's good enough. Sorry, cut off again. But what I was just saying with the Shark Tank is like the journey of the entrepreneurship, like this is taking control of your life, having autonomy of your life, making the decisions you want for you and your family. And if you have some sort of competence and you show initiative, or some sort of product and you show initiative, even if that company fails, people still invest in you. They'll see the initiative, they'll see your ability to do things, they'll see your skill sets, and then they'll pivot you into other companies. So it's hilarious because like my alcohol partners, they literally don't, I don't know what's going on with them. But for Constellation Brands, Jeremy Hawk, Rob Sands, legal counsel advising companies, or legal counsel advising companies, covered the Constellation Brands, but all of the scientists' professional legal complaints, all of the lawyers' professional legal lawsuits. But this is why I'm rescinding my United States citizenship. 100%. Yes, the math actually, I mean, obviously has a big part of it, but due to the negligence of it, throughout my life, like I said, I don't think of myself as a God, I'm getting blown up. But I'm texting with Marty now. It's like, I mean, he gives me shit, I give him shit. I mean, it's not like, but I'm done with, like I said, I'm really done with the disrespect. And like I said, my partner Marty's not like, he's not a scientist. I mean, they don't see how it applies. But from my perspective, I'm just not truly done dealing with it. I'm actually not worried about Anheuser-Busch ripping us off. And it's not that I think big companies will truly rip us off if they view us as a respectable company or they know what I've done. But once this stuff gets published, these are truly irrelevant conversations. And so I've had 4 or 5 years of this, 4 or 5 years of conversations like this, trying to get people to understand mathematics is real. Like this is how this affects me in a business way. I said, this is why I'm rescinding my United States citizenship. Even without publication of my research, I could be out in a state somewhere, I could have a nice property, and the only difference is I don't have to deal with these headaches. I don't have to deal with this. I am done trying to start a business. I'm just trying to start a family and live a freaking life. But really the motivation to leave the United States and this, but like I said, if this was your life, would you want to stay around here? Like, would you be excited to be an American? And again, it's not like I said, I'm really not a political guy. I'm a student and scholar of history for sure. But go out into the world, try to start a business, and this is so legitimate. Like this is people interacting with me, knowing I'm intelligent, knowing my property's good, and then I say, put money on my table. Again, imagine Albert Einstein coming up to you and being like, hey dude, I'm gonna solve a physics paper, invest in me, and people are like, nah. Now imagine Albert Einstein having this paper done on the internet, and they were like, nah. Now imagine having it reduced with 170 videos of music portfolio. Whoa, let's do business here in the Americans. We can do a business, we can do bigger dildos, we can shave our pubes with better lawnmowers, but can we start an alcohol company? No. And again, just like for some reference, right? Planetar, not Planetar, Laser, whatever the 25-year-old Austin guy was, came out IPO billionaire, and he comes out and says, it's going to take a while for our company to get to profitability. We get a product, we put CBD and alcohol, we're profitable day one. I mean, like day one. So the quality of the business is so tremendous. But I mean, it kills my vibe. Why would I ever want to be an entrepreneur? Why would I ever want to pay taxes to this disgusting shithole? Like if Americans can figure out how to stop shitting into a spoon and just feeding it into their mouth in the next 30 years, I will be genuinely surprised. But thanks for watching Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 23. Insecurity sounds the same, because it does. It's all speciality, and we just watched it happen. We caught some good data points. Thanks for watching, and again, this is a genuine legal complaint to get me out of this country. I'm actively, you see the Bill Kosiski guy, well that would never happen. You see my partner Marty, oh yeah, you solved math, okay dude. And I am literally just like, all of this is in my rear view and I'm just like, when the fuck can I get out and start a family? I don't know. Find out maybe the next 25 years, we'll see. Thanks for watching.